As y'all may know by now, Zohran Mamdani has been elected the mayor of New York City. Some people may not know because they don't care. If you're not in New York City, you don't live there, you probably don't care, which I honestly believe you should, because it is very important for us to vote on the local level. I've been told this. You've probably been told this. A lot of people will tell you that it is more important to vote on the local level than it actually does on the state level. Yes. And I can see exactly why, because it is your local representatives that create a lot of laws for the cities that you live in. That's why it's called the United States. All the states that we all reside in are supposed to be united under one front. Under what? One president. Well, for the last few months, it doesn't seem like it, and it has not been that way at all. And now that Mamdani has been elected, and mind you, he is a self-proclaimed democratic socialist. If you don't know what socialism is, look it up. I implore you to look it up. You need to know exactly what socialism is and what he represents. Some of his policies are out of this world. I don't agree with. But again, I didn't vote for him. I don't live in New York City. Whoever did vote for him, well, they're probably going to get exactly what they voted for and exactly what they are bargaining for. And it is for somebody who is promising free stuff while at the same time say that he's going to raise 2% of the taxes for the wealthy. Well, not even just the wealthy, for those that make a certain amount of money, which might actually be you, because you don't need to be a millionaire or a billionaire in order to get taxed more, to provide free stuff for others. And this is why a lot of people are starting to say that there's going to be a mass exodus of New York City by the rich, by companies. Companies are actually already seeking real estate in Florida already, yes. Companies in Florida, real estate agents, are saying that they're already receiving calls. They were receiving calls before he was the mayor-elect. People looking to buy property in Florida, companies looking to move already. They are escaping or getting out of California, and they are about to do the very same thing for New York City. And it is only because the people who actually are voting, the people who go to these polls, when I tell you that they don't know what they are voting for, they don't know what they are voting for. And you want to know how I know this? Because I speak to some of these people that live in New York, where I am originally from. And we are about to view a video by 𝐷𝐿. And we are about to view a video by 𝐷𝐿, who goes out there into the streets and interviews people and see exactly what these people know about their candidate that they voted for. But before we continue, I need y'all to do 3 things for me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video so someone else can do the very same thing. And if they don't, we're going to send 𝐷𝐿 after them. So I don't need to go any further, because I would love to see what some of these voters have to say about this candidate that they voted for, because that's exactly what 𝐷𝐿 is going to ask them. And let's see how smart these people are, shall we?
I think Zohran's best policy is?
I think affordable housing, smaller classrooms, free buses, lower rents, freezing the rents for rent-stabilized buildings.
That sounds great. How do you achieve that?
I think that he has really high hopes, and I think that he has a lot of energy. And
Achieve it through hope, or?
I think he's going to achieve it by really having a smart way of dealing with people and picking the proper people to work with him.
What is that smart way of dealing with it?
I think that he has a good sense of people around him. I think he makes good choices, and I think he works well with other people.
Where does the money come from?
He will figure it out. Like, I think that
He hasn't yet?
I think nobody knows where they're going to do it first. I think they work it out as they go along. They don't have a plan. It's like...
I agree there's no plan.
It's a process.
I certainly agree there's no plan, that's for sure.
Do you understand Do you hear this? Do y'all hear this? I don't think y'all did. Do we need to play it back? We're not going to play it back, but do you hear her answer? He'll figure it out. I think he makes great choices in the people that are around him. Do y'all hear the responses of this certain voter who obviously does not know what she's talking about because she is what? She's voting off of her emotions. This is the problem in this country. I'm not going to say the world, in this country right now, as I have observed the interactions between people, the way people think. I've had a lot of time to do this. And people are not actually thinking anymore. They're feeling. They're feeling. This woman feels like he is going to do a good job. This woman feels like he makes the best choices in people around him. This woman feels like he's going to figure it out, how to give free housing to the people of New York City, how to give free busing, no bus fares anymore. There's supposed to be free buses now. How are we going to pay the bus drivers? How are we going to pay the terminal employees? How are we going to pay for these buses if you're not charging people? Please tell me. By taxing the well-off, the people who actually go out there and bust their ass and work. Yeah. And that's not to say the people that are going to be riding the bus for free aren't working, but y'all have to understand something. It's socialism. See, everyone gets the same piece of the pie. Everyone gets the same amount, and you penalize those who work harder than you. That's exactly what they want to do. They're going to penalize those people who work harder than others. So this woman saying he's going to do great things. He's going to give free busing. He's going to give free housing, free food. There's going to be food lines. Yes, food line. I didn't say food lion. I said food lines. People standing in line at the grocery stores for free food. Y'all heard of government cheese? Well, it's about to get a little bit better than that because you'll be able to get more than cheese for free under Zohran Mamdani's policies. She doesn't even know that.
Question, what is Mamdani's best policy?
Childcare for all.
What's he going to do for childcare?
He's going to make it available for everyone.
How's he going to do that?
He has a plan in terms of taxing and saving money, and I think it's will help everyone.
What is the plan, though?
What is the plan?
Yeah. You're out here campaigning for him, right? What's the plan?
You mean how is he going to fund that? There will be childcare for.
But how do you achieve that?
Well, we've achieved it for pre-K for threes, and you just expand it so that it's.
How do you expand it?
Well, you use the schools, you use existing facilities, and you use existing tax base and money that's being wasted on consultants to pay for it.
I still don't understand how that. Where does the money come from?
Well, he's explained that over and over. So there's going to be there's wasted money, and
Where can I find where he's explained it?
Go to the website. Go to the website.
Why do I vote for Mamdani?
Let me explain something to y'all. I used to think like this, but on a smaller scale. People who think like this, that things should be free to others, they don't seem to understand that in this world, nothing is free. And you know this. You and I both know nothing is free in this world. What have you ever been given free except for stress and heartache and pain? Those are the only free things we get in this world. Nothing else is free. So for the buses, the taxpayer is going to have to pay for that. The people who are actually working are going to have to pay for that. This is the reason why the wealthy, the rich, the people who actually make $100,000 or more, they're going to leave New York City. Trust and believe when I tell you. Especially when these policies go into effect. They're going to leave New York City. New York City is then what? Going to turn around and start taxing the people who make $50,000, $30,000 a year. Because nothing is free. You must pay for all of these policies from somewhere. The money has to come from somewhere, or else your city is going to go into debt. Look at California. Debt. Chicago. Debt. And do you know who runs these cities? Democratic mayors and governors. Yes, the ones that want to give free shit to everybody, and they don't seem to realize that it doesn't work. It does not work, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know how I know? Because it's been done before, and it just didn't work. Those societies fell apart. It did not work. So why are we going to try to repeat the past when it doesn't work? When what we have been doing has been working. So get out there and bust your ass and work as hard as the next man. But some people are not. They are not as driven as others, and that's my fault. So I'm supposed to pay for those who have less drive than me. That's my fault. That's your fault. The person who goes out there, wakes up early in the morning, you work on yourself, you go out there, you slay the dragon, you're supposed to pay for people who are less driven. This is what socialism wants, and this is exactly what they're going to carry out. Because as soon as the rich leave, guess what? Soon as the wealthy leave, guess what? Soon as the well-off leave, guess what? They're coming for you. They'll be taxing your little checks. Yes, and that's a fact. And again, you see this voter, you see this woman, she does not know what she's talking about. When asked a simple question as to how is he going to pay for this? Well, he's already explained it to you 100 times, and so he's just going to figure it out. Again, I feel like he's going to figure it out. Well, I feel like it's going to rain tomorrow. Is it going to rain? We never know.
Yeah, so he's building affordability for New York.
He's doing what?
He's building affordability for New York.
How does he do that?
Yeah, so he's going to tax the rich.
The rich already pay the majority of taxes in the city. Top 1%, 90%, 50% taxes. Top 50%, 90% taxes.
Yeah. I mean,
You already do that. I mean, don't you think the rich people will just leave New York and then you can't tax them anymore?
yeah.
Ma'am, what's your favorite Zohran policy?
Just his cute little smile.
That's it?
Just no. I'd say as a person who enjoys public transit, probably his fast and free buses, like pilot program and what he's trying to do with that.
What is the bus program?
It is creating bus lines for New Yorkers that are more accessible and would be state funded, or city funded, so that there's no fare, and hopefully they'd be more efficient.
So I'd ask two questions, like how do you pay for that? And then also, what would you say to people who would argue this would make the buses more dangerous in New York?
Well, first, I'd ask them why they believe that would make buses more dangerous, because there have been studies, and I'm not like a genius on any of this, I'm just a hopeful person, but I'd say there have been studies that show that more frequent use of buses leads to less assaults to bus drivers, and it's the general kind of idea that in community, there's usually a bit more safety, which is why when you go on the subway at night and it's a very sparse car, you're less likely to get into it, because if you're alone or just with a couple other people, there's less of the social pressure.
But we have assaults in New York on the subways every day, and the subways actually cost money. So I think you end up with a lot of people who do violent things in the subways, even when it costs money. It seems like when you make it free, it'll probably be a little bit more dangerous, right?
Well, I think that's probably why it's making the buses fast and free first, because I think they're more contained and the stops are also visible. I think the subway is something else that he has ideas for.
I think the buses would just turn into the subway, but worse if they're free. And also, how do you make it free? How do you pay for it?
Well, typically with revenue that is generated by taxes, and while that seems very daunting to a lot of people because they're like, oh no, everyone's gonna now make the same amount of money, that's not what taxes do. There are states that have the same corporate tax, or that would have, New Jersey has the same corporate tax rate that Mamdani is going for, so it's not an unheard of thing, and it doesn't kill business.
Do you think that may be the reason why the businesses are in New York and not New Jersey?
I don't think so. I think that New York City has a lot of appeal that kind of supersedes money.
I think it seems like the rich people go live in New Jersey, but they do their business here in New York.
Exactly. So
because the taxes are higher in New Jersey for corporations, right?
Well, they are, but I also think that New York, I used to live in New Jersey. I live here now. I don't think people are like really trying to do business there as much as New York City, because New York City is the biggest and greatest city in the world.
For now, I think.
For now.
Unless Zohran gets elected, probably.
And you know what? That's your opinion, and that's all right. And like, honestly, we'll see.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you checking.
We will definitely see. That's her answer. We'll see. Well, we can now answer that question. He has been elected, so we'll see is now a thing of the past. He is now the mayor of New York City and will be implementing his socialist ideologies to New York City. And Cam, he had a great point there when he said that the taxes in New Jersey are high. So a lot of people doing business, they don't do business in New Jersey, they go to New York. I know businessmen myself who don't do business in New York now because New York is so high. Think about that for a minute. People in New Jersey, they live in New Jersey, but they do business in New York because New Jersey is higher than New York. Well, New York is about to be as high as New Jersey. So guess what? People who do business in New York are no longer going to do business in New York. They're going to move their businesses. Because I want y'all to imagine something with me real quick, right? You have created a business. You have worked your ass off. You have a family business, something to leave your children, a legacy. And someone who has been elected wants to tax you heavily just because you are a driven person, just because you are a person who is well off, just because you have that business mindset and you created something out of nothing. They want to tax you for this and give it to the less fortunate, the people who didn't work as hard as you. I need you to imagine this for a minute. What are you going to do? The revenue that you are supposed to be bringing in now, you're paying out in taxes. What would you do? Ask yourself that for a second. And I already know this isn't going to resonate with people who have that mindset, that socialist mindset. It's not going to resonate with you because you go off of your feelings. I can't even say you think. You're just emotional. And sometimes emotion trumps logic. We know this for a fact. People who think emotionally, they don't think. They feel. And so it trumps logic. Logic goes out the window. So this isn't going to resonate with you. You can't put yourself in a person who's success. You can't put yourself in their shoes. Because once you do, you will see that their ideologies is straight trash and bullshit. That's exactly what it is. So guess what? People are going to have a harder time in New York, especially with crime, just like he said. Crime is going to go up because certain places where the less fortunate can go to, guess what? They're going to be able to go to now, like riding the bus. They'll be able to ride the bus back and forth for free. So if I'm homeless, why am I not going to sleep on the bus all day, every day? Just ride the bus back and forth. What is to stop me from riding the bus every day, all day? You can't stop me. It's free. So of course crime is going to go up. You watch what I tell you. As if crime is not high in New York already, which we know it is. Even though they try to tell you that it's not, and they play with the numbers and say that, oh look, crime is not that bad. Are you kidding me? Y'all forget where I'm from. I'm from New York City, so I know what goes on in New York City. Just like in the subway, crime is high. Guess what? Once you make these fast and free buses, crime is going to be even higher. And this young lady here, even she just proved to us that she does not know exactly what she's talking about when it comes to policy, because all she's doing is going off of feelings and Zohran Mamdani's cute smile. Until next time. If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.